Hey Aquarius, welcome into your reading. Okay, we're going to do the first week of August. All right, guys, I hope you've been enjoying these readings because finally I started to do yours weekly. I'm glad about that. Yeah, I'm on this new kick now. Tell me the situation for Aquarius, please. First week of August. I'm on this new kick where I'm going to try to do 10 signs weekly. The bottom two least viewed will be dropped out and taken off the rotation, and it'll skip a week for those bottom two. So, sharing and caring really does matter. Because not like in a way that I'm punishing, but more in a way where my time is limited. And I'm starting TikTok, and there's that. I got to put time and effort into that. I have to put time and effort into my child. I have to put time and effort into many things. So two will be, lopped off, and then they'll be put in the rotation the following week. I hope that makes sense. Now, I got the sun in reverse here for you guys. This means you're not happy, but not that you're not happy, because it's still a positive card. It's the only card I find that even inverted, it's still a good card. It's still positive to me, because it makes me feel like it's inevitable. And I think that you think somewhere deep down in your subconscious, it is inevitable. And I think it's the way that you think, Aquarius. I feel as if you are self-motivators, right? You don't need many people to tell you how to feel or think or whatnot. And if there's anybody who can motivate you, it's you yourself, right? Maybe I'm just going to, encourage that thought. Because you guys are usually brilliant when it comes to tracking and mapping out your future. Now, what you can't control, obviously, is your external environment, especially with all these planets going retrograde. And planets are influence, and they influence us as an archetype, and they're reflections of us. But with the retrogrades, it's kind of like a backward momentum or backward movement. It's what you used to know. It's the life that you used to live. But you've always been you've always been the cohort or the archetype that is always constantly evolving. And you like to associate yourself with people who are constantly evolving. And if they don't, they fall out. And okay, you're right to do so. And this kind of feeling makes me feel again with the sun. Now, specifically with a situation, I do see you being a little bit vulnerable. So you might have one or two boundaries up. This could be in regards to a third party situation or a job where you work with a team, because I'm seeing a shitload of pentacles back here. It's like something about a promotion or asking for more money. I don't know. Let's continue. We'll clarify that in a minute. What's coming in towards my Aquarius, please? What's coming in? I'm also vibing some weird thing, like intuitively I'm picking up with you guys. Like you're feeling like you're working so extra hard. Like, where are the results for this? But I think they're incoming. I really do. Again, the vibe I'm getting off the sun. What's coming in towards my Aquarius? I could be wrong. Let's see what the cards say. Death. Scorpio energy, by the way. And the Two of Wands. And what is this? This is the Ace of who now? Pentacles. Okay. There is literally an ending and a beginning. And I don't know if you're terrified, not terrified, worried, not worried. I don't know, because shit looks like it's happening for you simultaneously. So I can't personally tell, because death means there's an ending to something and a transition or a transformation into another. I love this card in the sense sometimes, and this only in this deck am I reminded by the lotus flower, which I love on a symbolic level. She's in a swamp, but she's surrounded by lotus flowers. These lotus flowers are the most beautiful, gorgeous flowers that grow in the darkest, swampiest of waters. But it is the color of it's being white, which is showing you sincerity, purity, beauty that can grow out of darkness. That is the symbolic concept of the lotus flower. Now, stay with me. You have the Two of Wands right here, where you got one knee on a ledge. GPS in another with your cell phone, and you're like, I'm looking out my future. It's so bright, I need my shades. No, I'm being stupid. But you are looking into your future. You do know that it's bright, the sun. You do know something is coming to an end, and you do know that there's this part of your life is changing. It is transitioning. There's a part of your life, and I don't think I've read this card like this for any other sign except for you. It's an old part of your life. It's coming to a close. It's coming to an end, and a new part is coming in. I know I sound theoretical. I know I'm generalizing, but when we clarify, I'll give you the specifics. All right, because the Ace of Pentacles, I'd be remiss to not say this is a new job, a new career, a new path forward. Yes, it can be a solid new start to a relationship, but for you, and that's probably why your situation has the sun in reverse, because it's only a matter of time that this flips. I think what you need to do is wait for this to happen, the ending. And it's here. So you might have ended a relationship and you're like, or it's somewhere in purgatory, or it's somewhere in the gray. And you're like, all right, well, while that shit's in purgatory, I'm going to look into my future and see what the future holds for me. Same thing with a job. So let's continue. What is it that Aquarius doesn't see coming their way? Wow, Aquarius, what's happening to you? You guys tend to be very quiet about these things, and when you do talk about them, just to get them off your chest, you bring them up casually, but they're big deals. Lover. Yeah. Lover is here. I don't know if you're trying to deflect it, but it's like sticking onto you like white on rice or like glue. Lovers is no joke. I mean, you can't avoid it, honestly, because, you know, lovers is one of those things where, how do I put this? You're always meant to meet this person, and this person was always meant to meet you. All right? It's destiny, because they're teaching you life lessons, or they're telling you this is a choice. This is definitely a choice. Oh my God. My nose is itchy, which means like a fight is about to happen or an argument. Anyway. You need to decide what you two are. Are you more than lovers, or just that's it? Or do you go on and that's that? This can also be in reference to a business partner too, or somebody you need to work with. You don't want to, but you have to make it happen. We'll see when we clarify, but there is a strong bond and connection here. This is also Gemini, and this is Leo energies. Advice here for my Leos, please. I have the Six of Swords, and I have the Four of Pentacles. You're holding on to something. And maybe it's because of guilt and regret or loss, or the woulda, coulda, shoulda. You have some other form of abundance to work with. So the universe is kind of encouraging you to, like, I don't know, leave something that was hard behind and go into something that's far easier. Hold on to something. Because usually the Four of Pentacles tells me you're holding on to something so hard, but you need to let it go. But it's falling in the advice, which is telling me maybe you do need to hold on. Some of you, maybe you need to save money if this is literal. But for you to leave something that was so disturbing or hard for you and go into the thing that's smoother and easier, but you might have to hold on to something. So maybe you're thinking about rejecting something that you thought that you couldn't do, that makes you happy, but you can. You can leave the hardship behind and go into the positive thing. This could be the guilt and regret that you're tied to. Could be something to do with maybe a water sign. It doesn't have to be. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Again, it doesn't have to be. But this person's emotionally mature and available. And I see you here feeling stable with this person. But you are king and a queen. I see you weighing your pros and cons. If this is work related, it could be because you're trying to decide the avenue to take or who to work with. What is the outcome of the week? Page of Pentacles. You are a novice. Maybe you're going back to school. Maybe you're at a new position and you're learning the ropes and you're working your way up, because you could be at the bottom of the totem pole, but you're just learning the standard operating procedures, or you're learning the ropes, whatever it is, or you're just new to the gig or the game. Now, others of you, this could be in a relationship where you feel like you're bored, it's stagnated, it's gone as far as it can go, and now you've got to decide what to do. I do see a King of Swords back there. Like you, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, which is very airy. This person is also available to you. You're clearly trying to decide between two people. One already looks like it's kind of done. Because I see marriage and commitment back there. Maybe an apology incoming. Fresh new start in love. But I see you confused as to what's your best option. Then you try to reconciliate. What's happening here, guys? What's happening here? These retrogrades, yes, they make us go a little backwards. But that is the universe trying to figure out your steps forward. That is the universe trying to say, hey, you know what? We need to know what you really want. Are you sure? You keep saying this, you want this, but now you're showing us that you might be going backwards. I could be wrong, but let's start clarifying and see what's going on here. What is the Sun in reverse? What is the Sun in reverse for Aquarius, please? Knight of Pentacles and the Hangman. Pisces energy here. You do feel stuck. You are trying to see something from a different perspective. Whatever you're trying to figure out, though, I think you're still moving forward into the situation you're in, but you're moving slowly and cautiously because you feel stuck. That's why the Sun is there in reverse. Maybe you feel left out in the cold, or you're trying to avoid being left out in the cold. You're definitely concerned about the other person and how it's going to affect them or what's going to happen with them. Guys, this can be vice versa, by the way. This could be the person doing this to you. Or you are doing it to them. You're discerning adults. I expect you to place it as it belongs. Death and Two of Wands, please. Clarify. I want to feel and say that you guys are thinking like, I got to do what makes me happy, or I'm going to do what I got to do. The Two of Wands is clarified by the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords. Some of you are having an affair. Interestingly enough, this Knight of Wands popped out, but it's from another deck. All to friggin' together. But it still makes sense to me because I got the Two of Wands here with the Two of Wands. And the Two of Swords. Two twos. You're in the world of choices, because even a lover is a choice. But something is ending. Something has died. I don't know what's. I think you should just keep going. I don't know. Let me see. Here's your Two of Cups. That's a third too, friend. When this happens, when you decide to be a couple with somebody here, the stress fades away. And I don't know if that's your lover. What's the lover? Clarify the lover. I don't know if you're trying to manifest a situation with your lover or they are trying to manifest you into their life. But, you know, that's going to happen for sure. Some of you, it's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't know what's happening here. Maybe they're manifesting you, but that's who the lover is. Very fiery. A lot of attraction, chemistry, passion, sex, sexiness, actual sex. But here's the Wheel of Fortune, which is Saggy energy, and here's Leo energy. Maybe you feel that you were left out in the cold, or you're afraid of putting them out in the cold. What's happening here? What is the Four of Pentacles and the Six of Swords, please? The Knight of Wands came out again. This is definitely an affair. Because the Queen of Wands, these two together is an affair to me. This person is texting you or you are texting them. Maybe you need to apologize. Maybe you need to text somebody, but you need to send out some sort of an emotional confirmation. What is the Four of Pentacles, though? There's obviously been an ending and a betrayal, and there's some stalking going on and healing from that. But you do need to heal from that. Or you do need to heal from an ending and a betrayal. Whether you did it or it was done to you, it doesn't matter, because sometimes when we do the betrayal as human beings, we beat ourselves up. We sit there with the guilt and the regret, and we let that eat away at us forever and a day. And we also block ourselves from moving forward with our lives. We all fuck up as humans, but we also have to apologize to ourselves. I mean, you're a human being, hopefully. If you have any kind of empathy, that's how you feel. I mean, if you don't, then I don't know, you got to go do some work on you, because yeah, no. But that's not what I'm vibing here. I'm vibing like a little bit of guilt, because we saw the Five of Cups earlier. See if the other person is okay. It's kind of also what it's saying, if you did the damage. I see you being confused. And this is all happening. And that's why they're telling you, hold on, don't make any crazy actions just yet. But do leave the hardships behind and go into what's easier for you, more comfortable. Something's going on here with a lover or the love ship. This is big time about a lover. What is the Page of Pentacles? Something's gone as far as it could go. Yeah, and the reason it's happening is because there's been breadcrumbs. Either you've been only giving a single rose and the other person's like, take your rose back. I don't even want a bouquet. I want the whole fucking garden. And you can't offer the garden. You can offer like, maybe a bouquet. Or it's happening to you. They're offering you breadcrumbs and you're like, I don't want fucking breadcrumbs. I don't even want a goddamn pretzel. I want the bakery. Yeah. Breadcrumbs. Something's not working. Something stopped working. You're holding on to something by a thread. This has ended and you're still holding on to it, or they're still holding on to it. Someone's clinging on to something that has ended. And it has a lot to do with the influence of these planets that are going back. But it's interesting with, the new moon in Leo. We call it a Lion's Gate. This is the time that we start manifesting the real future that we want. And it's called the portal. This closes August 11th or 17th, something like that. This is the time where you try to make those dreams of reality, where you walk through that portal. And I'm going to repeat that because it's obviously evident in your reading here with your Two of Wands twice. And you are going, I don't know. I know what's tried and true from my past, but I also want to do the new thing. Here you are. These are gates. These are your portals for you to walk through, Aquarius. This is very fascinating to me. Okay. Feel free to also follow me on TikTok, where I feel like YouTube videos versus the TikTok videos, I think it's a different audience. I'll be honest with you. It's so strange. Like, I have strong Virgo following there, not so much here. I have a strong Aquarius over there. This is okay. But I think it's weird. And Aries is just like strong everywhere. I feel like Pisces stronger here, not there. It's bizarre, but interesting. Wonder what the audience is, how it differs, because you both, it's the same age range. So who knows? Maybe slightly older over here. Romantic feelings and codependency. I think these are your Two of Swords. On one hand, you have romantic feelings probably with somebody new. But over here, you're codependent, like you need somebody. But this person could be the one, is under that. So, fascinating. Let's see what's left here. Unicorns, what else do we want to tell Aquarius? Don't shoot the messenger. These are just meant to be funny. Sometimes they got a grain of salt and, take it with a grain of salt, but there's also a grain of truth in it. That project, that person, that idea is waiting. Get after that shit. The world has your back. Oh my God, I feel like this is spot on, Aquarius. Spot friggin' on. That might even need to be your title. All right, let's go. Get a move on. Thank you for tuning in. I love you guys dearly. Leave your comments below, and I'll see you on the next one.